All right. Good evening, everybody. We're going to get this meeting started. My name is Hannah Williams. I am the planning director for the City of Lenoir. And thank you for joining the virtual community open house that we have for you tonight. I am staff in charge of this project. The city has partnered with Friesen Nichols to do the update for the Lenoir Comprehensive Plan, which we've titled Living Lenoir 2045 Comprehensive Plan. This will be a guiding document for land use decisions for the next 20 to 25 years. And we're so appreciative of you spending your time with us this evening. We appreciate any kind of community input that we get that'll help guide and shape this document. Without further ado, I am going to bring our Mayor, Joe Gibbons, on board, who will give tonight's welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah, and welcome everyone. Good evening, and we're glad that you are joining us on our virtual meeting tonight to meet about the future of Lenoir. I'm honored to be with you tonight and serve as the mayor of this wonderful community and city that we all cherish and we love and are committed to shaping for the future. Tonight, we will embark on a journey to shape our city's future through a comprehensive plan. But know this, the plan is not written yet. It's a collaborative effort that will reflect on our shared values and aspirations. We're here to hear your thoughts, your ideas, and concerns. Your input will guide us as we address growth, sustainability, and community well-being. Our presentation will outline how we will gather your feedback and ideas in the coming months. We aim to ensure that every voice is heard as we try to craft a great plan that reflects the needs of our very diverse community. Afterward, we'll open the floor to your questions and comments. Your participation is very vital in shaping our city and what we can all do and be proud of. One that thrives today and tomorrow. I really, again, thank you for joining us tonight. And let us now begin this important conversations together as we look at our 2045 Living Lenoir Comprehensive Plan. Friesen Nichols, thank you for y'all for what you're doing. Hannah, thank you for your work and your staff of our planning department of the City of Lenoir. Thank you for what you're beginning to do and are working on. And I'll turn it over to our Friesen Nichols staff that are here with us. Thank you for being in Lenoir.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. My name is Danny Wilson. I'm with Friesen Nichols. And with us this evening, we also have Alexis Garcia. You'll hear her come in on the background a couple times. And as the mayor mentioned, we do have time for question and answer at the end. So please use the Q&A button at the top of your screen to ask any questions you may have throughout this process. And also please identify that we have a couple of questions a little bit later that we'd love your input on. But I'm going to go over a brief overview of the project, and then again, we have a few engagement questions we would love your input on, and then talk about what's coming up next. So a comprehensive plan is, as it sounds, comprehensive. So it is a large document that provides the community's vision as well as long-term goals. It looks long into the future for communities, 10 to 20 years, to help guide policy and direction for day-to-day activities. It also covers many different topics and is the basis for ordinances that are adopted and discussions that happen at the council level as well. The implementation section in particular is a very important tool for decision-making and budgeting considerations every year. And then the plan also supports grant applications, allowing the city to pursue grants and be more competitive in that space. So the city currently has a comprehensive plan. So a question that may come up is, why do we need to update it? So the current comprehensive plan was adopted in 2007. And as I'm sure all of you are well aware, a lot has changed in the last 17 years. So really the update is to make sure it is current, to reflect current community values and also reflect the current environment that exists. Best practice in planning industry is to review the plan every 5 years and provide an update every 10 years as needed. North Carolina does require that all localities have a comprehensive plan that is adopted if a locality is to have zoning in place, which of course the city does have. So the city has to have a comprehensive plan. So as I mentioned, the comprehensive plan is a very large, overarching guiding document. So it attempts to accomplish many different goals. One is establishing a future land use map that helps guide development decisions. So when someone wants to rezone property and come towards trying to develop something and coming in front of city council, the comprehensive plan provides some guidance on those decisions. It also identifies potential capital projects and helps provide policy priorities for city management and city council during the budgeting process, and also on general activities that the city may undertake from year to year. This forum also provides us a great opportunity for civic and community engagement. So tonight is one of many, many engagement activities we have planned. And we hope you will stay involved throughout and provide your feedback and input. We are also looking at neighborhood level planning throughout this process because we want to make sure we're looking at smaller level details and creating a template that the planning department can use for future engagement with neighborhoods as well moving forward. So overall, our project schedule, we started last month and we are working through August of 2025. So last month, we started our kickoff with some background information, census data, background analysis. We started with some community meetings towards the end of the month. And then, of course, we have this meeting this evening. Over the next couple months, we are working on combining all that background data and analysis and really getting a snapshot of where the community is today. Then moving forward over the next several months, you can see the schedule August through May of 2025, working on the various pieces of the plan itself. So this plan is focusing on land use and development, transportation and infrastructure, commercial corridors that exist around town, redevelopment and infill development opportunities, and then also housing and neighborhoods. And then last but definitely not least, the implementation portion of the plan is a critical component to make sure the plan is a living document and can actually be used in day-to-day life and help provide direction for the city. And that will be getting put together in June and July of next year with an adoption we have penciled in for August of 2025 is when we plan to have this in front of City Council. So we will have public engagement activities throughout this entire process. So please definitely stay tuned and look for those, and we'll talk about that more in just a second. So as I mentioned, we have the next 3 slides are some exercises, and we would love to get your feedback. So please use the Q&A button at the top of your screen, or you're also welcome to go to the website, Lenoir2045.com. That has a couple places that you can provide some input as well. So our first question for you this evening is if you could please tell us about your vision for Lenoir. So think about Lenoir for the next 10 to 20 years. What would you want it to look like? How has it changed for the better? What characteristics would you like to see retained that make the community unique? What are the current values that you want to see reflected in the future? One way I tell people that I think is helpful to do this, imagine if you leave town today and come back in 20 years, what would make you happy to see when you came back into town? And I'm just going to sit on this slide for a few minutes until Alexis tells me when several questions have been, or several people have posted in the Q&A section. Okay, so our next question is if you could please tell us about your neighborhood. So what is the best thing about your neighborhood and what actions could the city take to improve your neighborhood? If you don't live in Lenoir, if you could provide some feedback on what things you've noticed about in neighborhoods around Lenoir that are either really nice that you appreciate or that you think could be a little bit better. And if anyone is having any trouble posting tonight, definitely please jot down your thoughts and can put them on the website. That'd be great. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump to our last question here this evening. In one word, what would make this plan successful? Okay. So next steps for our project. We do have a project website, which I know you all came through, which is great because please monitor the project website for updates. We post updates regularly. This is where meetings are announced, and we will be posting documents from public meetings and engagement activities. So summary information from what we hear from the community, we can post online as well. We also have an online survey, and then we encourage you to provide feedback and input throughout the process, and also encourage others to participate as well. So it's important to note that this is your plan. So the plan is created, as the mayor mentioned, it is not written yet. We are getting community feedback and input as much as possible to make sure that the input reflects the community's values and vision. And you can also register on our website for updates. Just use the Contact Us section and include your email, and we can add you to the email distribution list as well. So you can be notified of any upcoming meetings and other activities going on. So we do have an online survey. Hopefully you saw it, the little orange box on your screen when you came on to log on to this virtual meeting. And there's also an interactive map activity. You can drop pins around town. You can put notes on things that may be missing or opportunities or anything you think are applicable to the conversation. We also have a comment board on the website that is open for you to put comments. We generally want to hear from you about your concerns, thoughts, and ideas for what improvements could be made and what actions the city could take to enhance the community. So I'm going to ask you, please do not abuse the comment board and just post negative comments or bash people or the community or the city, because that's really not helpful for this process. We really want to hear your thoughts and feedback that we can incorporate in the plan as we move forward. So I really encourage you to go on the project website, Lenoir2045.com, and make sure your church members, your employees, your customers when they come into the business, people in your house, your neighbors, make sure you're getting everyone you can involved to provide their feedback so we can make sure everyone gets a chance to have a say in the future of the city. So next steps for our project, we will have continued virtual engagement on our website. As I mentioned, we're working on drafting background and demographics and existing conditions of the city, which is the first chapter. We also have future engagement events to be announced, so please stay tuned for those. The city tries to push those out on as many different media as possible. So they use social media, the website. Again, we post everything to the project website, Lenoir2045.com. They've also used the text messaging system and other announcements as well. I hope you're all going to be at the Blackberry Festival this weekend, and we will be too. So please definitely come say hi. I know it's going to be hot, but it'll definitely be worth it when you get some fresh blackberries. And now we have some question and answer time. If anyone posted questions, if Alexis, you could definitely let us know what people have posted in the chat.
So we have received a few responses. In response to what's your vision for Lenoir? The walkability needs to be improved, connecting people where they live to where they work, shop and worship, seek medical care, etc., and connecting those sidewalks more. And we've also heard that this person who lives in the Mayhill Park neighborhood, the best thing about my neighborhood is the sidewalks and the Triangle Park. This brings people together. We've also received some other comments, a desire for more sit-down family-style restaurants and less fast food. Hannah enjoys her Mountain View shed in her neighborhood, and there's a need for a sidewalk, and there's no kid-friendly or for kids to walk to school and other places. So those are some of the comments that we received. We do have one question. Is there a summary document of what was collected via the in-person community houses that we had a few weeks ago?
So yes, we are putting together that summary document. We are going to include tonight's input as well, and then that will be posted online so everyone can see what the comments we've received thus far. And again, it'll be on Lenoir2045.com, so please definitely check back there for updates to not only prior to engagement events, but post-engagement as well to see what feedback we've gotten from the community.
And there are no other comments at this time.
Okay, if anyone has any other questions or comments, now is your chance. So please definitely post that in there. I'll hang out here for just a second or two to make sure there's no final comments or questions that you would like to have addressed this evening.
We have one more question. Can we get that the summaries emailed also?
Sure, if you want to go on the website and do the contact us section and ask for that, we can make sure we can provide that to you in the email address you provide.
Another question that came in, is there any plan for Harper Avenue, the main drive into downtown historic Lenoir?
We'll turn that one over to Hannah to answer.
Hey, currently there's not any kind of plan. There has been talk in the past of improving the streetscape through there and with more street trees. and also possibly two-waying the streets from around downtown. Those are some recommendations from the downtown master plan process. But as of right now, there's not any current action happening right now. But if you do have further comments on it, that would be something great to post on Lenoir2045.com. And it'd be good to make any kind of thoughts that you have on that known in this process too.
The next question is there going to be a systematic assessment of the sidewalks or greenways, etc.?
And I'll say not as part of this process for this plan, but I don't know if Hannah wants to talk about anything the town or the city's done or is planning on doing in the future.
Sure. There have been some assessment of the sidewalks for ADA accessibility. We know where I think there's been like an audit of ADA accessibility for sidewalks, especially in our downtown area. That is something the city is always working to improve. But that's not something specific that's happening with this plan unless that's feedback that we get that could be an actual item in this plan.
And I think that is all the comments that I see that have come through.
Okay, great. Well, again, you can post any thoughts, comments, questions, feedback on the website. And we really thank you for joining us this evening. You can also get in touch not only through the website, but the planning department at the city is happy to answer any questions you have or provide information to you or receive feedback. So definitely reach out to them as well. And we really appreciate you joining us this evening. And we will be shutting down here in just a few seconds. Thank you very much.